First start, man. How you feeling? I know we talked to you post game, but how you feeling looking back? I know you only 10 pass attempts, but successful on a majority of snaps. Like, how you feeling looking back at film from this last weekend?
Yeah, I feel good. Definitely some things to improve on, but it's good to get the first start in and kind of just how we can go. And so yeah, that felt good, especially such a big game to get the first start in. So now all the other ones will feel that much better.
How helpful is it for you as a passer when, whether it's you, whether it's Caleb, whether it's somebody else, you're able to run it so many times that you only have to attempt 10 passes?
Yeah, I'd love to throw it more, but when you don't have to, you don't have to. So that was awesome to see. The O-line played so well, the receivers digging guys out in the box, so that was awesome.
When you're out there, like when I rewatch the game, like you're smiling like constantly. It's hard to see that from the press box, but like, is that like, are you just having that much fun out there? What's behind all the just smiling? Like
I would just say just gratitude. Yeah, I love playing the game. I love getting opportunities to play. I know what it's like to not play and to be a backup and to ride the bench a little bit. So just having the gratitude that I'm out there, I'm able to play on such a good team with such good guys. That's kind of where it comes from.
Looking back at the stat sheet, I think there were 2 drops on 2 of your 3 incompletions. Do you feel like you're still maybe working through, I don't know, chemistry stuff? Because I know you've been QB2 and you've had some of those snaps at the goal line, but I guess how do you kind of work through those things with the wide receivers?
Yeah, it was a battle during camp, so I've still gotten a decent amount of reps with all the guys. So I'm not really too worried about the chemistry. I think definitely a couple of those balls were not completely on target, and so something I still need to work on. So definitely something that's on both of us that we'll just keep going.
Is Cade back this week?
That's something I won't comment on.
Can you tell us about Jackson Stratton? Like what? You don't know anything about him. What can you say about him?
Yeah, I mean he works hard. He's eager to learn, always asking questions. Got a really strong arm, and can sling it pretty well. So
The guy just over there, or what does he bring to this receiving core?
Yeah, he's a really good receiving threat at tight end, which is fun for a quarterback, and so I can trust him to be where he needs to be in all of his routes. So it makes it a lot of fun.
And
working with Tim, has there been anything like he's shown you that you tried out and like it worked, something differently that worked, whether it be pass game, run game, anything like that?
Yeah, more footwork wise. I think I've been came here with a little sloppy footwork, and he's kind of tuned that up for me, which has helped my pass game, being on time and stuff like that. So that's one thing for sure.
In what way do you like? Is it just him telling you footwork wise, or is there?
Yeah, just like a certain type of footwork for certain routes and like what to use when. Kind of just narrowing it down to knowing what I'm going to throw, and then having the correct footwork to go with it.
In talking about Stratton a little bit, now that he's getting those QB2 reps, can you tell maybe he's progressing a little bit, or how much is he benefiting from getting those number 2 reps?
Yeah, definitely benefit a lot. I mean, you're always going to benefit by getting thrown in the fire. Sometimes you'll sink a little bit, but no, he's definitely progressing. He's definitely progressing this week as well. So it's been good to see.
What challenges do you guys face with the short week this week? How difficult is losing that day of preparation for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and make every make every excuse in the book. We're going to the West Coast. We're the time difference. We're playing on a Friday, but at the end of the day, we just got to take advantage of the reps we get. Obviously, we're going to have a day short and cut a day off, but just got to take advantage of the reps we get and maybe watch a little more film to prepare for it.
Any you guys are playing you can make in terms of going out west, where anything you guys are doing differently this week with that?
No, not like physically. We're just kind of maybe cutting more reps and just being more in tune with how guys are feeling. But no, the preparation stays the same.
Brendan, you guys are playing in one of the most iconic football stadiums ever. You're going play on the West Coast for the first time in this school's history, in the Big Ten, I guess. But how cool is that to have that opportunity to go and play in this unique environment?
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm just extremely blessed that we get this opportunity to play against a really good team and, like you said, a historic environment, historic stadium. So that's just something that we've talked about, and it is really cool. We're excited for.
That pass to Orworth over the middle for 52 yards, I think that's the longest passing play of the season so far. Yes, John? Okay, thank you. What did you see there? Because Zach looked like he had to go up and get it a little bit. Were you just kind of winging it, knowing he'd go get it, or how did you read that?
No, yeah, there's always a plan in place. We went in the hard count. So on the first cadence, I saw them kind of twitch a little bit, something we've seen on film. Knew they were going to drop out, knew they were going to bring pressure. So when they drop out to cover 2. Tampa, Mike went to the field, so we're just hitting the bender over the top. And like I said earlier, Orr's going to be where you need him to be, and he was. And so I just put it where he needed to be, and he was there, and he caught it, and then made a play afterwards. So
for a sophomore to make that type of play at tight end, especially when you've had Luke Lachey, when you've had Addy go down, I guess how big is that for a young guy to make a play like that?
Yeah, it's super exciting. Just knowing we have that depth in that room, that you can trust everybody in that room. So that's a lot of exciting players in that room for sure.
With the O line, at what point after you got here did you realize like the O line is going to be like legit?
I mean, I kind of just knew going into it. Just Iowa football, that they're going to have a good run game, a good O-line, a good defense. And so just seeing it in person was definitely super cool. But it's something that everyone knows.
Brendan, you guys are the 10th best rushing team in the country. I mean, overall, what do you attribute that to?
Just everybody buying in. And then that's top bottom. That's scout team. That's receivers coming into the box and then digging guys out. That's running backs hitting the right holes. Quarterbacks getting their fakes right, and obviously the O-line doing their job. And so I think it's just top down. Everybody's doing their job, and you can see that on Saturdays for sure.
You mentioned you made your debut against Wisconsin, and they kind of handled you guys at Northwestern that year. Was that in the back of your mind at all on Saturday or in the lead up to Saturday's game?
No, not at all. I'm a completely different player now with a different team, and so that's something that obviously was kind of cool to look back on and see that was like one of my first games to play against, but not something I was thinking about at all on Saturday.
How'd the film look once you went back and you watched it with Coach Lester?
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I think that was one of the more complete games we've played. Personally, there's definitely some plays that I would like back, but at the same time, there's going to be that in every game. So I'm just excited that I took a step forward on Saturday, and I'll continue to do that.
How's your prep this week differently playing on a Friday?
Not too much different. I think you front load a little more than usual, but yeah, not too much different. You usually have the game plan, everything down before Friday, and so we'll continue to do that, and we'll be ready.
Has Cade been back at practice?
That's something I'm not gonna comment on.
What's Jackson been able to do with some 2 reps and a guy who he comes in with D1 experience?
Yeah, definitely. Him playing scout team all year and then getting thrown in the fire. He's definitely progressed in the last couple of weeks, and it's been awesome to see. He's someone that's super eager. I'm always asking questions, always trying to get better. So it's super exciting.
Did they tell you anything like going into the game? Hey, we're down to 2. Be careful. Get down on a run play instead of trying to, plow into the end zone like you did.
Yeah, I mean, they just said just be more conscious of it. No down and distance. If it's third down, yeah, go get it. If not, then do what you got to do. But I mean, that's the kind of player I am. I'm gonna try to get every extra yard I can get. And so maybe I should be a little more conscious. But no, I love playing and getting that physicality into it.
Do you remember the first time